Definitely.
That's what I would do.
All right, we got a caller on the line, so let's take this caller. Area code 253. You on Game Changers Radio? Who's this?
How you doing, Shop? How you doing, man? This is McMadden. How y'all doing tonight?
Man,
we're doing good, man. How you doing, McMadden?
Pretty good. I'm sitting back here listening to you guys talk about the 2K and the license and whatnot. And, look at MLB. I know 2K didn't come out with a baseball game this year, but it didn't seem to hurt baseball. And look at NHL. They got multiple games out for NHL with multiple licenses. And again, with EA and 2K with basketball. So I really don't feel that the NFL, how can I put it, I think it was a bad move from them. It was a bad move for the consumer. Good move for the NFL, but a bad move for the consumer. I think I'm a little older than you two, but I remember playing different multiple types of football games on the Commodore 64. Then I went to the Commodore 128, and there were other multiple football games. And then I went to the Amiga, and there were multiple games on that. And on the 64, the Nintendo 64, the first Madden on that, I don't think it had the players a deal. So none of the players on Madden 64 were named until Madden 99. And we carried Quarterback Club. I haven't heard people talk about Quarterback Club, Nat, until you said it tonight. I said, my man, he talking about Quarterback Club. That was the game. But Favre on the cover, I think Favre on the Nintendo 64, I think he was on all 3 or 4 of the covers of that game, Quarterback Club.
That was a nice game, man. For people that never seen it or played it, go to YouTube. It wiped the floor on Madden. Madden couldn't hold the torch to Quarterback Club on the Nintendo 64. I don't know about the other systems, but on the 64, Quarterback Club just squashed it until Madden 99 came out. And then they came out, when 99 came out, they came out with the name, and they got their act together. So that was the only time they were able to surpass Quarterback Club on the 64. Wow.
Now,
you talk about
2K... Yeah?
Commodore 64. Come on, man. Commodore 64.
No, I'm
talking
about Nintendo.
64.
I'm talking about Nintendo 64 as far as Quarterback Club.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just going back to you talking about the first like the gaming console, or
Remember,
Commodore.
all those games weren't licensed. A lot of those games you can just put. They allowed you to either rename your players, or they just made up names for players on those different games, and everyone had a selection. I mean, you can pick and choose what game you wanted. You didn't have to stick with just what we're stuck with now. And there's not even a football game on the PC that you can use a controller with right now, to the best of my knowledge. We're stuck with Madden. So it's bad for the consumer. But it would be nice if 2K, just for a change, and let me put this out to y'all about 2K5. The one thing that I really hated hearing Madden players complain about 2K5 was this: it don't play like Madden. Hello? Why are you finding another game to play like Madden? That was like the biggest complaint. I mean, dude. It just. I had to put that game down, man. It don't play like Madden. I can't get the plays and stuff. It's not like Madden, man. Man, get out of my face with that mess, man. I mean, 2K5 was great in its own venue. I mean, and the stuff that it did, Madden still, could barely. Now, 25 has come really close, Madden 25. But still, I played that game, 2K5, throughout the years. And like you said, Chuck, with the there's websites out now where you can actually download rosters to bring the game up to speed. But I haven't done that in a couple of years. And All Pro 2K8, I thought that was a decent game. Me being an Eagles fan, man, I could have Cunningham as my quarterback, and I had Reggie White on as defense. And then you had these different, old pros from back in the day, man, and the animation. I mean, the way Cunningham would drop back it looked like Cunningham. I was shocked. And even though they didn't have the official logos, you can actually go in and make logos and color schemes to make it look like the regular NFL teams. And so there were a lot of people who were doing rosters like that. They were downloading rosters with the logos that were similar to NFL logos. So that was one way of getting around the NFL deal with EA. And I played 2K8 for a few years afterwards as well, but I don't play it anymore, just like I don't play Madden 2002 on the PlayStation 2. So, it's almost the same thing. So, I just wanted to holler at y'all about that.
All right, we appreciate it, man. I used to have a Commodore 64, man, so I don't know if we might be around the same age, man. Oh, you did too? Okay. Man, Summer Games was the hottest. I don't care. Football, whatever. Football was all right, but Summer Games was the joint. Summer Games, the absolute joint.
It was. It was. It was crazy. Some of the football games that were out there, like Konami, had a football game. The Japanese company came out with an American football game. The same people who made Metal Gear Solid had a football game on 64. It was wild. And I used to collect them. And you didn't have to worry about buying a brand new one every year because you just, one day you might feel like playing a Konami version of the game, and another day you might feel like playing Fourth and Inches, or another day you might want to play Epic Football. It was nice. It was nice back then. Yeah, so I think not having the competition hurts a little, and maybe the reason why we're not seeing much about Madden 15 shops is maybe they got word that maybe 2K is coming out with a football game, and they might be they don't want to show their cards just yet.
See, that's how rumors get started.
All right, now y'all be easy. I'll talk to y'all later.
I like it. All right, man. Take care.
All right.
All right, man.
All right, that's interesting. That's an interesting thing. Yeah, maybe they heard that 2K was coming out with something. They gonna wait for 2K to show their hand before they show EA shows their hand. Nice. All right, we got another caller on the line. Area code 757. You're on Game Changers Radio. Who's this?
It's Big Sean. What's going on?
What's up? Man?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm sitting here listening to the show. The whole 2K thing is, if they show a trailer, and it's a big if, because it's all speculation, talk, and propaganda at this point, but if they show a trailer, things just got real.
Big Sean.
For several reasons.
Go ahead.
Because in business, you just can't come to the NFL and say, we want to make a game. If this has taken place, this has been over the course of at least a year and a half of 2K going to the NFL and putting together a presentation of why they should not sign an exclusive license with EA. NFL is first of all, is a major corporation. So you have to set the stage of why they shouldn't. And if they do show a trailer, things just got interested in the fact that they were able to persuade the Shield to not sign an exclusive deal with the NFL. I mean, with Madden, which means that they had to put together a presentation. They had to show game footage. They had to show how they were going to do things different than what Madden is doing. And it's going to get interesting. It's going to get extremely interesting for a lot of reasons. One, everybody's not in love with Madden. So even if 2K is half the game that Madden is coming up this year, that the Madden and 2K drops a football game, their sales are going to drop dramatically just based on the simple fact of hate. Even if the game is better, they're going to go over to 2K just because they got a bunch of 2K fanboys. And they won't necessarily play the best game.
Let me ask you something, Big Sean, real quick. Let me ask you something. Do you feel like it's important that they have the license? do you think that 2K could come out with another game without the license again?
Let me explain something to you. If 2K putting out a game and EA does not have an exclusive license, there will be real players in that game with real NFL. It will be an NFL game. It would not be a game without the NFL shield, because the NFL does not lose. See, the NFL needs no one, right? They don't need EA, and they don't need 2K. So 2K, if they can burn the counters from both ends and get a boatload of money from both companies, so if I can get $200 million over here, or $300 million over here, and $500 million over there, it's Pluto, baby. Let's go. Like,
but they were doing that.
Let the strong survive. They
were doing that. They were burning it from three ends. They were getting it from NFL Game Day.
But again, EA was able to persuade the NFL to go in their direction. Whether it was through Monday or whether it was through whatever it was, and they were able to get that deal. At this point, with 2K being such a powerhouse in the basketball genre, they were able to say, why? As a company, why are you being so close-minded and not making all the money? We're not afraid of the competition. Just open the door and let the opportunity happen, and you get money from both ends.
Right.
But why didn't?
It's a different NFL now, though. It's a different.
But that
different NFL.
Right. That conversation happened.
New commissioner. Listen now. New commissioner. The NFL is all about broadening advertising. Right. The draft was bigger than it ever been. Right. It's 24-hour football on NFL Network. All kind of commercials. You got to understand the brand. It's all about branding for them. So if EA does well, which they'll do well, and if 2K does well, it just makes the brand look better. There's no reason for them not to sign an exclusive deal with them. For what? We ran that course. We gave y'all the opportunity. And believe me, 2K states the case that people are not in love with EA. They're not in love with this game.
But you said it yourself, Big Sean. The NFL needs nobody.
Exactly.
So if the NFL doesn't need anybody, then it doesn't matter what 2K can bring.
It's not about EA and it's not about 2K. It's about the dollar.
Right. No, it's about the NFL.
So, would you rather have 50 cents of $1, right? Or would you rather have both dollars, $2 of two? Would you rather have both of them or just have half of one? Hell no, you want the whole buck. Why just get 50 cents of the whole dollar when you get the whole dollar? So going with EA, they want the whole buck.
I understand what you're saying, but if it was like that, then why not open it up to everybody? Why not say like they had before?
But
when they had 3 or 4 people
who said it's not? Who said it's not? But who can afford what it takes to put the show together, right? EA is a spectacle when Madden comes out. They got the NFL game. They playing the flag football game. They're doing this whole thing. What other company out there that already has a sports genre involved into what they're already doing that also knows how to put on that type of spectacle and show? It ain't nobody but 2K. Sony could do it, but they got to overhaul and do all this stuff. 2K already have that genre, that same type of energy already there.
Man, 2K's dropping their sports games. What other sports games does 2K have?
They don't have to have any other sports game. They don't. 2K rides on 2K basketball. and they do extremely well with that. So they got a shitload of cash to throw at the NFL. They got a shitload of cash to throw at making another football game. They don't have no other genre. That's all they've been doing for quite a long time.
I hope you're right. I hope 2K has gone to the NFL and has done that. I don't feel like they need to do a trailer or anything. Like I said before, I feel like they could just come out on the stage and say, "We making a football game." Drop the mic and leave, and people be ready to pre-order.
But don't do that, because that's disrespecting the whole gaming community. We not that. I mean, even the 2K fanboys ain't that stupid. They still got to show them. Because
Big Sean. People are running with this rumor right now, and now you telling me that if 2K came on the stage and said, "We making a football game," and that's it.
But you're forgetting a very important part. Them saying it is still a rumor until you see a visual. It means absolutely nothing until you see a visual. Don't mean nothing.
Well, you know what?
Visual.
Even before the visual, normally there are ads out for whatever new title they're trying to put out, and people are able to track it from different websites. And that's how sometimes you find out what games are coming out, because they're looking for different positions. Mm-hmm. So if they haven't hired anybody new...
Everybody's jocking. EA knows what the hell's going on. Let's not act like they blind to the fact. EA knows whether 2K is putting out a game or not right now. They know. They know if it's a trailer coming. They might not know what the trailer looks like, but they know. They know. So if it's a real trailer coming out, so when these people say credible source, somebody just said something that leaked some type of information, and this wasn't built over the last 6 months. They had to convince the NFL to re-sign that license. It's been a year or too long project. We don't know what 2K is doing. They can have 18 guys in the basement putting together this presentation.
Well, you know what? We're going to find out soon enough. We're going to find out soon enough.
But this the way in business, people don't understand that's the way business works. Stuff don't just come out of the blue. People takes years to put together presentations to present. If they, and I'm just going to say, if a trailer comes out, it will not be without the shield. It will be real players, and things just got interesting. That's all I'm going to say. If they put out a game, they put a trailer.
Do you believe that they're going to come out with a game? Do you have a feeling that they're going to come out with a game?
Hey, listen. This is how I feel about all sports games until I see something. It's Lucy holding that football. Remember what we talked about. Come on, Charlie. Nah, until I see something, it's still a rumor to me. I don't care if they get on the stage. I don't care if they get on the stage and say, "We're putting on a game," and they show a 2K sports symbol, and then they show a dude kicking a ball. That ain't enough for me.
You want to see some gameplay. Big Sean wants to see some gameplay. I hear you, man.
I don't. Come on, man.
That.
All of that, all that's still propaganda. All that's still talk. No, they're gonna have to physically give us about 2 minutes of some action.
2 minutes of some action.
I think you make a good point, because it takes at least a year to come up with a game. So especially if you haven't,
it's the build up. It's the build up.
So somebody would have to been working on this for a long time,
for a while.
Right. So.
Well, that's why I'm saying if it's been happening for a while, I would think that something would have came out by now. I mean,
you have to understand. But you have to understand.
I'm not talking about seeing something. I'm talking about this rumor would have been came out.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Now, you got to understand the difference between them keeping stuff a secret and them leaking information. This information didn't come out of this. If they show a trailer, then we know that this information was leaked. working on the game about a year and a half to 2 years. Yes. Yes, because you can create a game. Listen, you can create the system without the shield. And I'm talking about players, player movement, how quarterbacks drop back, coverages, and the only thing that you got to add is that symbol on the helmet and that logo on the field. They can do everything with a game. And once they get the word go, only thing they got to add is the shield and the logos. They can create and roll out a whole game, and the game be completely done. And the only thing they got to add is the logos, the information. They can do all of that. That's the only thing they really have to add. That's the only thing you can create a game without having to have a shield. Now, the shield is the stamp of approval, right? Nobody said they couldn't make a game prior. They could have been working on this game for a while. Now that they found out, okay, now we done talk these cats out of not signing this Scrooge's license. All right, let's get at them. So if a trailer comes out, it was leaked information, right? It was leaked information, and it's gonna get interesting. It's gonna be interesting, and I think it's good for EA, not on some good form. It's good because now whatever they didn't have in that gun holster, they got to put it in now for real.
Right. Well, that's what we talking about, competition.
Yeah.
And all that. So we want. So we'll see. I think we all hope that 2K football does come back.
Yep.
And I hope it comes back strong, because it needs to come back strong. You just can't keep coming back and forth every couple of years or whatever. So you come in for the long haul. Come on strong. Be prepared to work your way up in terms of market share. You know what I mean? Have that type of investment dollars where you can, you're not expecting anything great for at least 2 or 3 years. You're in it for the long haul, and just, and get it done. So we all hope it comes back. And I hope it's good. I just
hope that the EA suit let them pivot. Because if they don't if 2K comes out with a game and just say it's decent, out of a 10 being perfect, they give us a 7. And just say Madden gives us an 8.5, damn near 9. I hope the suits let those developers pivot, because if they don't, that football game will be in trouble.
I mean, I don't think that would be in question. I mean, you trying to make a comeback, you gotta let them grow.
We see it in businesses. We see it in businesses all the time.
Right.
We're gonna continue to go with the status quo. We don't care what the next person is doing. You better.
Well, we got a couple weeks before we see this trailer, if the trailer's coming out, or we get news. So we'll see. I don't think it's gonna be anything, but
like I said, I'm not gonna believe it until I see it.
Yeah, I hope they surprise me and come out with something. So
I'm not hyped either way.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Just playing Big Shot, even killed either way.
Yeah, man, I'm not excited either way. Like, if it comes out, cool, but you're gonna have to show me something. I ain't trying to see nobody just kicking the ball through a field goal. Like, come on with that.
Right. Exactly. I understand, because we done heard a lot of rumors over the years. So you want to see something tangible. I understand that. So we'll have.
And we know 2K. That's not their move. 2K don't do a whole lot of. I know y'all cats have been to E3. 2K is very arrogant with how they go about their movements. They don't do a whole lot of broadcasting, and we're gonna show you this and so. They don't do a lot of that.
Right.
They very tight-lipped with how they go about putting the game out. They real. You see it when you see it. You get it when you get it. Type of attitude over there. They're real arrogant over there. So it's interesting to see how they're going to market it, as far as, are they going to go with how they always do, or are they going to, try to sucker punch EA? Are they going to just go right up to them and try to punch them in the face?
Well, I mean, that's all good, but and like you say, until I see something, you know, we just talking. I mean, we really just
baby.
talking
it's
about nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a Sasquatch walking around. I don't know. I don't know.
That's Bigfoot, man. So until we stop seeing footprints, man, and see a physical Bigfoot, man.
Nope. Big Sean, we don't even care about no footprints. That could be anybody's footprint. That could be anybody's footprints, Big Sean.
Yeah,
I want to see the actual Sasquatch.
Yeah,
I want to see the actual Sasquatch.
Gotta see him in the cage. Making noise. You know what I mean?
All right, Big Sean, man. We appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna try to. We got one more phone call. We're gonna try to squeeze in. Area code 304. You're on Game Changers Radio. Who's this?
What's up, man? This is Deuce Adams 88, man. What's going on with you, Shaw?
What's up, Deuce?
What's up, man?
Man, why you?
What's up, man? Long time, man.
You know we trying to get off, man. I got some Watch Dogs to play.
Hey, that's what's up, man. It ain't gonna be long, man. All I wanted to say was if EA Sports have a real lackluster Madden 15 presentation at E3 this year, and 2K even mentioned they have a football game coming out, regardless if they have a license or not, just have a football game coming out, not even this year, just say coming out next year. I don't think I'll support Madden this year.
Hey, see, that's what I was trying to say. I don't even feel like they got to show anything. I think they just could come out on the stage and say, "Hey, we making a football game this year, or like you said, next year. We making a football game. Drop the mic and then walk off stage left."
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like, hey, EA, man, they've had these lackluster EA Sports, Madden presentations over the last few years, man. I was looking forward to EA, E3 for some Madden information for 5 years straight, and ain't get nothing that exciting, man. I mean, it's getting ridiculous, man. Come on. We supposed to be excited about this next gen what's coming out right now, man. Show us some good stuff, man. I mean, holding all the information.
Here's the thing,
E3 got to be the planet. What's that?
Hey, Juice, ain't nobody really showing nothing. Ain't nobody really showing nothing. I mean, what game is showing anything?
Nah, true that. True that. But it's a lot of games that have a bit. But it's a lot of games that hasn't been showing anything that don't have release dates either, though. There's been gameplay of a whole lot of this fall. Shadow of Mordor. They've been showing a little bit of Batman coming out. All these other adventure games and everything. Madden, nothing.
Yeah, but again,
it's coming out sooner than all the rest of them.
Yeah, but I hate comparing sports games with those type of games because those type of games go in development for years. They've been developed for years, not just one cycle. They've been being developed for multiple cycles. Batman, all of that been developed for multiple cycles. If you're gonna compare it to something, I mean, we haven't seen nothing about 2K15. I haven't seen nothing. I haven't seen nothing about that.
Honestly, I wouldn't even really know because I'm not even piqued interest in the basketball games these days. To keep it real,
right.
So I haven't played a match. Right. Hey, I haven't played a basketball game since Live 05 or something like that, bro.
Oh man, I love Live 05, man.
Yeah,
I feel you.
That's it. You know what I mean? So I really haven't played any of the basketball. I'm really interested in the football games, man. Like I said, with the lackluster, appeal that Madden had over the last few years, especially last gen, man. It was awful, man. Keep it real, man. It was bad. It was some good parts, and even when it was some good parts, there was a couple of bad things that if they could have fixed that with the patch or something, it could have made a whole lot of games better. I think Madden 10 was probably the best one of the generation. In my opinion.
Okay. All right.
It was a couple of adjustments, like with the big hit could have been a little bit more adjusted, and the fact that you could not have the computer guard the flats, man. That was That was terrible. That was it. You know, that was terrible, man. I mean, you can go to the flash if you've done it manually, but I mean, hell, it's only one person. You know, you just go to the other side. You know, that was terrible, man. You know, but hey, I really think EA have to, you know, knock it out the box at E3 this year for me to want to support them. If 2K even announced they have a football game coming out as soon as next year.
It's a wrap.
Really. It's a wrap. And this is coming from some. I didn't even play 2K5. I'm not a 2K fan. I'm not one of the fanboys. I didn't even play 2K5. You know? And they got my interest. Hell, I don't even play 2K basketball. And just the fact that another company that has a successful, you know, reputation with their sports games, it's got my interest. Point blank.
Right.
Madden got to step it up.
Gotta step it up, man. We gotta step it up.
Yeah. Hey, but y'all have a good one, man.
All right, man. Definitely, man. We appreciate you calling in.
Hey, all the time, man.
All right. Looks like we ran our course, Matt. Go ahead. You want some final closing remarks?
I think EA got to step it up, too. I think they got to step it up. That's all. Some of the things I'm seeing is just incrementally, you know, a little step here, a little step there. I agree. I agree with them. And I have to ask myself the question, like, when will it be a point they get to where they say, you know what, we don't have to do anything else to the game. It's all there. It's all there. All we need to do is change rule changes, players, ratings. That's it. We got the crowd 100% the way we want it. We got the sidelines 100% the way we want it. We don't have any duplicated players, any duplicated photographers, anybody duplicated. We got kids. We got families in the crowd. We got concessions. We got everything. You know, we got security. We got people walking up and down the stands. We got the running where we want it. Running, like I keep telling people, running hasn't changed since the first person ran. The first caveman ran back in 3000 in BC. You run the same exact way, just a couple little extra things, but it's still running and cutting. We haven't been cutting any different than we have since Madden came out. So at some point, will you come to the end? Will you come to we have it 100%?
I don't think we'll ever get there.
Are we going to get to something in terms of player likeness? We're going to get to a really good point, and I think we kind of got there now, but we still need to have players talk and all this stuff. So there are things that we still need to do, but I'm just saying, do you get to a point where you're like, you know what, the running controls, we don't have to change them anymore. They're like, we got them where we want them.
So, I mean, the thing about that, though, man, is you could say, hey, you know, we're trying to replicate the game, but it's so hard to replicate a real football game. And I just don't think you'll get to a point where where consumers will be 100% satisfied with any product. There's not one product where every consumer that buys that product is 100% satisfied with that product.
Right.
I mean, because if that was the case, then why even make another game? Just, like you said, just update the roster. We made the perfect game. That's it.
Yeah.
I just don't think that'll ever happen.
I could see how they could tweak some things because, say, the next generation of consoles come out 5-6 years. So better graphics, more player intelligence, those type of things. But at some point, don't you get like as good as it's gonna get at some point? I don't know. I'm just thinking in the future, or every year when we have a little tweak or a little, you know what I mean? This year's gonna be the year of the run. Next year of the wide receiver DBs. Next year the defense. And just kind of cycle back and forth, and you know what I mean? So I don't know. If you ask them what they have planned, they'll tell you what they have planned. Well, they're not going to tell the general public, but they have a plan. You know what I mean? It's not a yearly plan. It's 5, 6 years out. They already know. So once you get 5 years from now, where you go from there? That's my point. But I mean, I think you answered it. It's a moving target. Like reality is a moving target. Maybe that's the answer.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll never get there. You'll never get there. All right.
Yeah.
Great discussion. I don't know why we always get calls at the end of our show. Guys, I'm going to need you guys to call in earlier so we can have this discussion about it earlier. I don't mind. We had some other stuff we wanted to get to. I don't care. I love talking to the guys, about stuff. So,
we'll change the whole show up. If you got a topic, we would change the whole show up.
Change the whole show up. We're going to do this every Tuesday, so we'll get to whatever we was going to talk about sooner or later. So,
yeah.
So, big shout-out to Big Sean.
Big Sean.
Who else called in? Cobra called in. McMahon called in. So, definitely big shout-out to everybody that called in and chimed in on the 2K discussion. We might have to just continue this again next week. And maybe we'll hear something more about it. But until then, we appreciate you guys checking us out. Follow us on Twitter at MadScientist06 and at Shopmaster. We will see you guys or talk to you guys next week. Same time, same bat channel. We out.